Hi friends, Andrea here with a new video sharing the process on how I created this layout using the Leaf Doily cut file that is part of Paige Evans 20 Days of Fall cut file bundle. I've been having so much fun playing with this cut files and also enjoying all of the projects that the ladies from the team have been sharing this month. Now, one thing I want to say, because I know that this cut file may look very, very scary. It is extremely intricate and it seems that it will take forever and ever to back. So one thing that I did in order to make it easier for me, at this point when I started working with this cut file, I did not have the 6x8 paper pad that has smaller patterns on as part of the design. So I only worked with the Bungalow Lane 12x12 papers, and I wanted those patterns to show. So one thing that I did is I altered the cut file. So I cut some of the sections and I made sure that I repeated the same process the 5 times or as many times as needed to keep the design consistent. So whatever piece or part of the cut file that I decided to cut from one section, I did the same throughout the cut file. So that's the first thing. By doing this, you get 2 things. Or the pattern papers, the pattern on the pattern paper will be seen. It'll be easier to show, and it won't take you that long to back. So this is one trick that you can use not only with this cut file, but with some other cut files that for some reason you feel that you want to use, but it could be very intimidating. Now, I also knew that I wanted to play with bright colors and use many colors, but make sure that you have a plan. So as I said, this is a very easy cut file to think in terms of repetition because it is the same design. I believe it is 5 times. So another way to make it easier for you when you're working on it is work on the sections that you're going to repeat at a time. So don't jump to, okay, I know that I'm going to use different patterns or different colors on the leaf, so let me work on one leaf at a time. I would recommend just work on the same sections on all 5 leaves to make sure that you can see what's happening. You can see how the colors are repeating, how the pattern, how the cut file itself is coming along. Once I flip this over, you can see how the colors repeat, how the patterns, and how the cut file start, or at this point it already makes sense. I know what I'm doing. I know what colors I am repeating, what colors I am using. At this point, we are almost ready. I think I need just one piece of, I'm looking for a yellow pattern paper, and I'm gonna use the one I have on my left. I'm tracing the entire leaf. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that, and then just add glue, liquid glue, to the entire bag, making sure that you add glue to the edges where you actually need the paper to stick. There you go. And I did the same thing with the other three. Now this is the very last step. So I used gold cardstock, and it's the same cardstock that I'm gonna use on my background. Okay, on to finding, and I think deep inside I always knew that was gonna be the pattern paper I was gonna use for my background. Now I wanted more of that blue background to show, so I decided one more time and one last time to alter the cut file, getting rid of those smaller pieces. So just make sure that you carefully cut them if you're looking into doing the same thing to keep the shape of the other parts of the cut file that connect to this. And you see that you get an entirely different cut file by just altering or getting rid of smaller pieces of it. Adding that, and this is the gold piece of cardstock I was talking about. I also added gold thread to the edges of that pattern paper, and now I'm gonna add adhesive foam squares to the entire cut file. And I'm using this pattern for the background that it has all of the colors that I used to back my cut file. But by only using it to create a border, it doesn't really affect your cut file. The other thing that I thought when working on the design for this page was I don't want now my journaling to be seen, because it is going to be way too much to try to focus on the story that I'm telling you and the cut file and the photo. I'm using a wooden piece for my title. It was an amazing gift from a crafty friend, and she sent this piece to me, and I immediately knew I wanted to include it on as part of this layout. I think it went really, really well with the colors, with the picture that I used, and all of the details. You can also see how many pieces I ended up removing from the original cut file, but how well it ended up working as part of my background. Well, this is it for me today. I will have the link below if you are still not subscribed to get this bundle. You can definitely still get it, and check all of the emails that you will receive with additional inspiration from the team on how we have been using the cut files. Please let me know if you have any questions. I would love to read you and see what you think. All of the details on the cut files that I've been working with are on my Instagram page. There is also a link below if you want to go and take a look at them. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.